Hello and very welcome to Erik Penser Bank. My name is Klas Palin. I'm a life science analyst at the bank. Today I will interview CEO of Oasmia, Francois Martelet. Very welcome to Erik Penser Bank, Francois.
Good morning to you, Klas. A pleasure to be with you today.
Oasmia announced the licensing deal this morning. You are acquiring Cantrixil. Could you please briefly describe the deal and the asset that you are in licensing?
Absolutely. So Cantrixil is a first-in-class, third-generation benzopyran. It's a small molecule targeting CD44 cancers. Initially in ovarian cancer, we have acquired the global licensing in development and commercialization rights for an upfront payment of $4 million and for a total value of the deal in ovarian cancer up to $42 million.
Okay, and why is Cantrixil an promising and attractive assets for Oasmia?
Yeah, that's a good question. First of all, we have expertise, as you know, in ovarian cancer with Apealea approved in Europe. So this is point one. Point two, you know that I said publicly a number of times that I want to acquire positive proof of concept compounds, and Cantrixil is exactly fitting this strategy because with Cantrixil, the top line phase 1 results were released in December of last year, confirming safety and confirming also an earlier efficacy. So we are very exciting for those 2 points. Then we have also, because it is a small molecule that is used in intraperitoneal for very advanced cancer patients, we could also investigate the compound in IV. And as you know, with IV comes our technology platform. Okay. So therefore, we can, do it's a double shot at once. You see, whether we can improve the formulation down the road, and that's something that we are very keen to investigate.
And Cantrixil, as you mentioned, it has been investigated in ovarian cancer. Do you see opportunities in other cancer indications, perhaps?
Yes, absolutely, because CD44 is a target that we could work and in bladder cancer, also in colorectal cancer, at least in vitro. So that will obviously would need to be further investigated in the clinics. But yes, there is a potential for this drug outside ovarian.
And that should be included in the milestone package that was announced today.
Today we have only announced the package for ovarian cancer. That's it.
Okay. How will you be working with Kaiser Therapeutics?
Well, we will be having, according to industry standards, joint development committee. But we will be leading all the development and down the road potentially the commercialization. So that's really a global rights license agreement.
It's always interesting to hear a little bit about the process behind a deal. Would you like to share something about how you have progressed towards today's announcement?
Yes, we have a luxury at Oasmia to have a small but very competent team. And actually, this opportunity came up through our network, our own network. And that was the initial step. And obviously, we are also assisted by an external valuation firm to make it really objective. But I have to say that the team did a great job, and I'm very proud of that.
And just a little bit curious. I mean, you obviously have a good financing, and so to take this compound further in development. But actually, what do you think Oasmia could contribute with? I mean, to add value in the development of Cantrixil?
Well, clearly, with our approval of Apilia in ovarian cancer in Europe, we have an expertise that we can certainly leverage there. Two, we have also, within the team, people who have expertise in the US. I mean, by the way, we are planning to have a global development capability to put in place for this, for the upcoming phase 2. With Dr. Reinhard Koenig in the US, we have, again, a small, effective, competent team that I have no doubts, also with my expertise in the oncology field, that we can drive the process further successfully.
Mm-hmm. And how far do you want to drive this process? I mean, are you looking forward to take this compound all the way to regular filing, or when would it be when would be the right timing to find a partner, a commercial partner, so to say?
Well, should we have the financial muscles to drag it into regulatory approval in Europe and in the US, we will certainly do it. Mm-hmm. So that's my answer.
But is that the main goal? To build
Certainly, the main goal is to continue building our oncology pipeline and demonstrate to the street that we have a track record of achieving regulatory approvals. Yes, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. And as you alluded to, I mean, you want to build an oncology pipeline. Perhaps you could give us a flavor of what you are looking at and how fierce the competition is out there to acquire oncology compounds.
There is obviously a lot of competition, you know that, and we are a small player, so we have to be clever. We have to work in a number of niche indications in order to identify the needle in the stack. But again, we have a list of the next potential candidates, and this is, the only obstacle is basically time. So, and of course, down the road, financing, but that will be addressed at the right time. But timing is important, so you need to be fast, you need to be to identify the right kind of targets at the right time and move fast. And but at the same time, do properly your due diligence. It is of course extremely important as well.
But do you find a lot of assets out there that it's open for licensing?
Yes, we, as I said earlier, we are also assisted by an external firm in order to be as objective as we can. And then, it's a matter of allocating enough time with the right level of resources to those projects. But yes, I mean, we definitively have a short list of candidates.
Do you expect to be able to perhaps license more compounds during 2021 to add to the portfolio, or how should we look at this?
Yes, that would definitely be the goal for 2021. Now, you also need to know that obviously, it's we are working hard on this, and get to the finish line. It takes months and months. Yep. But I want to introduce the string of pearls strategy. So this is the first one. Others will come. But at the same time, not all due diligence will come to an end. You see, so. But I want to give you a snapshot of the type of efforts that we are doing internally behind the scenes.
Okay, great. I just wonder. I mean, you're planning for a phase 2 development of Cantrixil I mean, do you need to raise some further cash to be able to finance such a clinical development?
Well, not at that stage. I mean, we have been able to reduce the burn rate significantly. We are in a strong financial position in 2021. The phase 2 will be initiated in 2022 because we, first of all, need to do 3 things this year with this compound, Cantrixil. First is to secure the drug supply. So we need to work on a drug supply agreement. 2, we need to set up an advisory board consisting of most of the KOLs. Some of them we have already talked to in this area. And 3, we need to obviously get meetings with the FDA and the European agency in order to get acceptance of our clinical plans. That's absolutely essential. And, you know, we are already in March.
Yes, and that sounds good, Francois. And my last question is about your growth strategy and your 4 pillars that this rests upon. What do you believe you will be possible to deliver in 2021? Now you have done this acquisition of a compound, but the other parts?
Yeah, the other part will be, well, for docetaxel micellar, the initiation of the SAC study. Preparations are well underway, so that's one thing. 2, I would reiterate that we continue to work well with Elevar with regard to delivering on the commercialization of Apedia in the territories that Elevar has, which means Inceptua in Europe, for instance. So this is point number 2. 3, we continue to work and we are assisted by external firms in order to look for potential partnering for our animal health business. And finally, you know, I introduced recently the concept of XR18, which will be an upgrade of the 17. So I hope that I will be able to disclose fairly quickly during the year those significant findings with regard to XR18.
Okay, great. Sounds exciting. Thank you very much, Francois, for the interview.
You're welcome, Klas. Always a pleasure to speak to you and to your firm.
Same to you.